Don't confuse it for the music. Roast of chef and creds. Not me, them probably bands when they say who's next. I'm part of the ends. Liz not playing the fence. We can't make sons if you're friends with them. Me and Didas are 2-man step. I don't need to step with 100 men. Still need me 100 M's.
What's good, people? It's your boy Rhino. Welcome to Rhino MGTV. This is Let's Talk United. And we've got some breaking news. Dan Ashworth has left Manchester United. Whether you want to say it was a mutual agreement, Dan Ashworth has been sacked. Dan Ashworth has now been sacked from Manchester United. And when I woke up and I saw this news, I was mad confused. I was just not expecting it. And there's a lot of things that's going to play a part. But make sure you lot smash the like on the video. Make sure you lot are subscribing as well. And I'm just going to give my quick thoughts on it, man. Look, I've titled my thumbnail, Can We Trust Ineos? And I think that's what's going to be the talk in the next few days. We know when it came to Dan Ashworth, we spent a lot of time trying to get him in the first place. I think he's been here shorter than the amount of time United waited to try and get him. So he's been there for, what, 5 months? I'm sure we spent near enough up to, I can't even remember the figures, but it was a long time because we knew we were in for Ashworth, and then the whole stuff with the gardening leave and Newcastle and the compensation, all of that. And to be fair, Ineos ended up paying only a couple million compared to the initial quoted 20 million that was flying around. Those numbers were flying around that, yeah, United have to pay 20 million comp. And then eventually, I think if you do your research, I think we paid like 1.5 or maybe 2. All I know is it was nowhere near 20 million, nowhere near half of that, nowhere near 25, probably under 25% of that. So that's what we ended up paying for him. But people are going to say, okay, we spent all this time going for him. Now they've sacked him. Why did you get him in the first place? But I think as United fans, we need to try and, I wouldn't say take the emotion out of it, because there's a lot of trauma that the Glazers have done, and the Glazers are still here. And there's a lot of actions from the old regime that will filter into the thought process of this action. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, PTSD starts to kick in. Oh, look at this. How can they sack him? Oh my gosh, this is incompetence. But realistically, you can look at this both ways. Ineos are new footballing owners, yeah? And I feel like this is the time that they need to make their mistakes, if they are going to make any. They're still figuring things out. They still got a plan in a direction. You've seen from things they've done already in terms of the hierarchy they've got in and stuff, that they've done quite decent. You might not agree with the fact they kept Ten Hag on for too long, but maybe was that Dan Ashworth? Maybe they followed Dan Ashworth and then they've realized the damage that that Ten Hag did was too much. So now they thought, you know what, Ash, it's time to go, man. There's a couple of things you've done that I feel like you're not ready for this club. Could it be that? Or could it be a thing where maybe, like, we're hearing rumors that he didn't want Ruben Amorim? Like, a lot of players and stuff that was appointed, they put Ashworth's name behind it. But when it came to Ruben, Ashworth's name was nowhere near linked to it, apparently. So could it be that as well? So I think it's going to be interesting. These next few days are going to be very, very interesting. But yeah, for me, I just feel like I'm still going to trust the process. I still trust Ineos. Obviously, I'm still going to have my concerns in the back of my mind. I feel like part of that is definitely going to be a bit of PTSD from the old regime. There's going to be a lot of, what ifs and, okay, but, you know what I mean? But realistically, we have to look at what's been done. And it's their money they're spending. And billionaires don't like to waste money. So realistically, in the long term, it could be just them being proactive. You know what? We kept Ten Hag in. We gave him the benefit of the doubt. We extended his contract or reactivated the contract for the 1 year, whatever. He stayed. It didn't work. He caused damage. We got rid of him. Ashworth's here. It's not working. We're getting rid of him too. So you're gonna be stuck between why they're going for why they're making these decisions and backtracking, or you're gonna be looking at it and say, you know what? When they realize they're making a mistake, they're just quickly changing it. And then from this point on, you hope they make less mistakes. And I think that's where I'm at. I just feel like, you know what? I'm gonna not go too crazy over it. I'm not gonna try and overreact. Obviously, within reason, I'm gonna question certain things, and I'm gonna wanna, make sure that they are doing the right things and we are going in the right direction, and they're not above criticism. Ineos will fully be criticized. Same way I'll criticize Ruben Amorim. Same way I'll criticize the players. I'm a fan of United, and I support this club, and I've got an opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion. We're all allowed to have an opinion as United fans. So it's going to be interesting. I think the rivals are definitely going to lap this up. They're definitely going to push the narrative of Ineos are looking confused, they're looking lost and whatever. But I just think there's just definitely two ways you can look at it. But don't get it twisted. This does not mean that in my head, I'm just automatically assuming that Ineos are all perfect, because I'm still going to be, I'm still going to question certain things. I'm still going to take certain things with a pinch of salt. I'm still going to be right now, I'm very optimistic, but within reason. I feel like they've done quite a lot for me to be happy with. And it seems like when they do make mistakes, they rectify it. But the thing is, we don't know whose part it is to play in why Ten Hag stayed. Was that Ashworth? Was that Ashworth and maybe Brailsford? Because I'm seeing stories that Brailsford and Ashford decided to keep Ten Hag, but then now I'm seeing that Brailsford and Ratcliffe, or mainly Ratcliffe, was like, bro, I can't lie, it's time for Ashworth to go. So could it be that Ashworth was the one that was the main driving force behind keeping Ten Hag? Or we don't know. But we kind of have to just look at everything from the outside looking in and kind of gauge. At the end of the day, I feel like billionaires don't want to waste money, and they're not going to make stupid decisions that at the time they think make sense. You can make a decision and get it wrong. It's about how you rectify it. And then we're hearing also that maybe Ashworth wanted Southgate, but is that all paper talk again? Is that just them smoothing in the PR? We've just lost the game. Now all of a sudden this has come out. It takes their attention away from the loss, and maybe they can start looking at him thinking, is he the reason why things are not going well? So there's so much speculation. There's so many different ways we can think about this. But to answer my question, can we trust Ineos? I'm still trusting them for now until I see more reason not to. Dan Ashworth has been sacked. Hopefully they get somebody better in, or somebody, of that caliber who's more fit for the job that they want. Because maybe there was just things that they just weren't agreeing on. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very complicated right now, and there's going to be a lot of speculation. And right now, I'm speculating, but I'm going to still trust Ineos. I'm still going to believe in them. You can say what you want about the decisions that they haven't made great, like the decisions that you can say that weren't too great, but at the same time, you can also look at all the good stuff they've done. And I think in life, you got to have a balance. And as this new kind of direction that Man United are going in terms of, Ruben Amorim being the head coach, and in terms of us having like a structure in the club, now you can say some of that structure is gone. Now we're going to see who they bring in to replace him as a director of football. So, this structure that we was hoping for looks like it's starting to kind of not fall apart, but they're making some rejigs to it. So, other people are going to look at it and say, structure, look, part of your structure is broken. But, these things, you got to be making repairs as you go along. You got to be making tweaks as the months go by. So let's see who they get in, and let's see the direction that they go in when from this point on. And then we can judge from there. The more news we get and the more conversations we have with our fellow United fan base, and different people have different bits of information that we can all gather and put together, and then we can make another decision maybe in the next few days. Maybe tomorrow some news might come out and there might be a thing where I'm thinking, okay, Ineos are looking a bit dodgy here, but let's just wait and see anyway, man. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. That was just my quick thoughts. Obviously, Dan Ashworth has been sacked. There's a lot of speculation going on. My title is Can We Trust Ineos? And in my opinion, I'm still trusting them still. So you guys let me know what you think. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're new. And smash the likes on the video. And I want you guys to get involved in the comments. Get involved in the comments, my people, and let me know what you think, man. It's your boy Rhino, and I'm out. Peace.
Don't confuse it for the music, roast of chef and crème. Not me, them probably bands when they say who's next, I'm part of the ends. And Liz not playing the fence, we can't make sons if you're friends with them. Me and D, that's a 2-man step. I don't need to step with 100 men. Still, need me 100 M's.